It's like the most uncomfortable throuple we've ever seen, I would argue, and it is pushing Harry over the edge.
So Meghan and Harry just wrapped their Australia tour, and the numbers are absolutely devastating. We're talking about 50 people showing up to a paid event in Sydney, a city of 5 million. This exposes the gap between their celebrity aspirations and actual public support. Let's break down this disaster.
And as a result, Meghan was not committed to it at all. Because, you know, on Friday, the word going around is she spent 2 hours there and then went to the rugby. No. It was actually only half an hour. Watch.
This timeline shift from 2 hours to 30 minutes is crucial. When you charge premium prices for intimate access and then ghost after half an hour, that's breach of contract territory. It shows complete contempt for the people who funded this operation.
It was basically people just saying, Meghan, you're brilliant. Watch.
Remind you of your time by the beach with
Oh.
a group of women that have you back. And I want you to have that, have it at home. If you're ever having a bad day, you just need to look at that painting and remember that we see you for who you really are.
Hear the cheers? There's not many. Not many people see her for what she is, because we know what she is. Nancy Sidley, always remember there's a group of less than 300 women in Sydney who still subscribe to your bullshit.
50 people out of Sydney's 5 million residents represents 0.001% participation. Compare that to actual A-list events that sell out arenas. This isn't selective intimacy. It's catastrophic market rejection disguised as exclusivity.
And again, to me, he looked like he couldn't have got out of there quick enough. Watch this. So he's out of there fast because you know what's going through his mind as he's watching his wife pose with a tiny group of people who have spent a ridiculous amount of money. You know what he's thinking. Oh my God, how did it get to this? How did it get to this?
His body language screams institutional embarrassment. He grew up watching his grandmother fill Wembley Stadium. Now he's watching his wife perform for crowds smaller than a high school cafeteria. The psychological whiplash must be brutal.
This was a massive, massive fail. According to Taz, unless loads of women left the weekend retreat after Meghan walked out, there's not even 100 women at this event. Same when we saw the women drinking at the pool bar of the night of Meghan's appearance. What a total cop-out. And I actually used AI to analyze all of the various shots of the room. And according to AI, it looked like there were approximately 50 paid women sitting at the tables.
Using AI to count attendees is brilliant methodology because it eliminates spin. 50 paying customers means they likely lost money even with premium pricing. The economics here are unsustainable for any serious business venture.
Well, it looks like it. It looks like she wasn't banned. Look at this senior lieutenant, Zandy Sussex, boasting now on her private X account. Unfortunately, for obvious reasons, I won't be publicly confirming or denying whether or not I attended the retreat. Just know I'm having an amazing weekend, and this is a weekend I will remember for the rest of my life. I haven't been able to respond to everyone individually, but thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it.
That defensive social media post screams damage control. Genuine success generates organic celebration, not carefully worded disclaimers about not confirming attendance. When you have to manage the narrative this heavily, you've already lost.
Harry and Meghan are still on the royal website, and it makes it look like they work for the king. They have completely gone back on the Sandringham Agreement, declared war against Prince William and Catherine, making money of their titles. And Brittany, I just want to read you how the Daily Telegraph is spinning this in favour of Harry and Meghan, because look, they are presenting their side. I guess that's fair enough. And they write, was it an exercise in self-promotion, a faux royal tour, an attempt to monetize their titles, or a chance to highlight their charitable causes? The reality is that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 4-day visit to Australia was all of the above.
The Sandringham Agreement was crystal clear. No commercial use of royal titles. This Australia tour violates every principle of that deal. Charles needs to act decisively or watch the monarchy become a freelance operation.
The visit was considered a huge success and will now form a blueprint for future tours, including potentially those to the UK if they can get the security they want. We've tested the playbook. It worked, a source close to the Sussexes told the Telegraph in Sydney shortly before they prepared to fly back home. They're doing the right thing. Whether you want to call it half in, half out, or as they probably would describe it, just doing what they want to do and doing it in a really positive way, this week has given us reassurance that it is the right course of action. This could absolutely act as a blueprint for the future.
Telegraph calling 50 people a huge success is textbook propaganda. This blueprint for future tours is terrifying. Imagine them showing up in Britain claiming official status while monetizing royal connections for empty rooms.
Aides insisted that the fee allowed the couple to break even. This is in terms of Her Best Life. The fee for Her Best Life allowed the couple to break even, funding the cost of their 9-strong team to fly to Australia, their accommodation and security. This is how life is for 99.9% of the world, one source said. They have got to work to make a living. They have to pay the electricity bill just like everyone else. They are not funded by the taxpayer. Team Sussex is acutely aware that the pre-tour criticism largely concerned the cost of the public purse. It's important for them and for us as a team to make sure that these tours are not funded by the taxpayer nor the charities they're trying to shine a light on, but through private means, one aide said. The Duchess is said to have observed during their 2018 tour, "I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this." Well, now she is.
Flying 9 staff members to Australia for 50 attendees means each person subsidised merely 20% of the operation. That 2018 quote about expecting payment for royal duties reveals everything about her transactional mindset.
That is pure propaganda. It really is.
Exactly right. The media's desperate attempt to spin this disaster as success proves how coordinated their PR machine is. But reality doesn't care about spin. 50 people in Sydney speaks louder than any Telegraph headline.
I completely agree, Brittany, but the problem is that Charles's team are briefing to the Daily Mail even over the weekend. No, we're not doing anything. It's all that old thing. Oh no, if we touch the titles, if we touch the line of succession, they're just going to feel more like victims.
Charles choosing family drama over institutional protection is constitutional cowardice. Every day he delays action, they further monetize royal titles and undermine the crown. The victim narrative only works if you enable it.
I think probably the one thing that really crossed over and people were truly disgusted by is that she was merching within minutes the clothes that she was wearing both at the Melbourne Royal Children's Hospital, but then most disgustingly meeting the victims of the Bondi massacre. And you posted on this, Brittany, after backlash, she was merching off the recent terrorist attack on Bondi Beach with her fashion. Meghan Markle has changed her one-off image to a different one and has yet to update to include her latest outfits.
Monetizing outfits worn to meet terrorism victims crosses every moral boundary. Using tragedy as a fashion marketing opportunity shows complete absence of human decency. This isn't commerce, it's exploitation of grief.
I don't want to sell my clothes at all. Then she goes right back into doing it, and it's a disaster. It's a reputational disaster.
The immediate return to commercializing outfits after claiming she wouldn't proves actions trump words every time. This pattern of public contrition followed by private profit-seeking destroys any remaining credibility about genuine charitable intent.